The caterpillars of crisis and chaos in your world can become the butterflies of transformation when you choose to reframe how you see and speak about the situation. I'm Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and I'm here to talk to you this week about transformation and how it happens through chaos. We want to talk about framing change as growth. The difference between crisis and transformation is often just a matter of perspective and how you communicate that perspective. But before I go any further, I want to ask you to please be sure to like this video if you like the content, and to also subscribe to my channel, especially if you've been visiting for a while. A large percentage of you view my videos, but you have not yet subscribed. And then share. Share this with someone who you think may find the content of interest. Remember that challenges force change, but change does not automatically create transformation. The difference lies in how you frame what's happening and what is possible. Let's think about this a minute with using an acronym. Once again, you know I love acronyms, and we're going to talk about the CARE communication model. First, connect current struggles to future possibilities. And then the A, acknowledge the difficulty of change. The R is reframe challenges as growth opportunities. And finally, the E, excite and inspire action towards the vision. To do this, you need to use language that transforms. To connect, you need to speak about things and in the positive. Instead of saying this is a setback, you can say this is a transformation moment. You acknowledge the difficulty by, instead of saying we're struggling to keep up, saying we're discovering new capabilities as we walk through this situation. And then reframe by saying we're being challenged to grow instead of saying, oh my goodness, we're facing problems. And finally, you can excite and inspire by saying this is pushing us to become better, rather than saying, oh, this is just making everything harder. Remember, it's all about the reframe. And we can frame in a growth narrative when we acknowledge the previous state where we were, and then when we look at what's changing and describe the challenge honestly. Don't try to make something good when it's not, but you can frame what's not good in a positive manner. Never forget that. Also, remember to talk about who we're becoming. Paint that transformation picture, and then outline the path forward. Talk about how we're going to get there. Here's an example of an action. You might have an issue and you can say, 6 months ago, we were comfortable with our processes. This market disruption is forcing us to innovate faster than ever. We're discovering that we're more creative and we're more agile than we knew. Here's how we're going to use this challenge to become the industry leader that we're meant to be. Now, that's a way of reframing a very difficult challenge that is really pushing your team. At the end of the day, remember that transformation communication isn't about minimizing difficulty. Not at all. It's about maximizing the meaning and the possibility within that difficulty. Once again, I'm Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and we'll be back later this week with a leadership tip and finally a team tip as well, all around the theme of transformation through chaotic times and situations. Remember to like, to subscribe, and to share this content. Have a great balance of the day.